5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to pick.
Guys, and welcome back to the last game of the day. Mousesports going up against OG. This is game 3. Determine who gets to play up against Secret in the next phase of these PGL Open qualifiers. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for this game. We've seen convincing plays from OG. We've seen some solid grind style from Mousesports. And here in game 3, there's a little bit of respect.
Remaining.
Put it at that. Jerax is not going to get his hands on the Earth Spirit. We have the Nyx Assassin banned out as well. So, a little bit of a change here, but heroes like AA, Necro, still in the pool. Puck is still in the pool, although we haven't really seen anyone go for Puck, so I'm not mentioning that guy, but Nature's Prophet is going to be picked up for OG, who has so far been just banned first phase every single time. This is going to prompt a little bit of a twist on Mousesports' support opening. It's the Spirit Breaker and the Ancient Apparition. For sure is a more desirable support duo than anything else, really, up against Nature's Prophet. Like, it actually doesn't get better than this as far as your supports are concerned when you're going up against NP. That's just what you have to accept as fact whenever you decide to pick up that Prophet hero. You're going to be forcing these two picks, which is, I'm sure, fine for OG. They can handle it, that's for sure. Now, OG last game, off the back of a really fat Alchemist, did win the game. But we did see a couple of, maybe, let's say, questionable lane decisions and questionable lane setups where they're just constantly getting picked off. Rotation from Mousesports were good in the last game. See if they are going to shore that up, get No-Tail a little bit more of a direct hero over that Necrophos off lane, which was, we'll call it mediocre. And Nature's Prophet certainly is a good start for OG if they want to play aggressively. They can also set themselves up for a Lycan pick down the line, try to get that going, try to get a couple more disables, obviously, to deal with that Spirit Breaker, but some way of making sure the Nature's Prophet is either going to be used very aggressively versus kills, versus enemy heroes, I suppose, or just able to kill off towers. Shadow Shaman, very frequently seen in some regions as far as, but it seems like right now, just going to be that Shaker. Jerax played a really solid Shaker in game 1. Didn't end up winning, but that's fine. Just gonna run it back, and up against Spirit Breaker, for sure is the desirable hero you want to have. The amount of terrain manipulation OG have is going to be really substantial, especially when this opening from Mousesports of the Spirit Breaker AA, and the fact that Mousesports are also up against Nature's Prophet means that Sven is going to be a very high possibility. Shaker with that barrier, with that slew of stuns, is going to be incredibly valuable in that regard. We'll see if Mousesports actually get their hands on it. Don't really see Madara play Sven all that much, at least I haven't. Mousesports play every single game, so I'm not really sure, but it does seem like that's one of the strongest combinations, AA and Spirit Breaker. It's pretty much only second to AA, Earth Spirit, and Sven, in my humble opinion. Definitely get those kills and deal with that Nature's Prophet split push pretty well on top of that. I like this ban, though, from OG, getting rid of that Darkseer. Skylark has been playing Beastmaster, and that's it. You can definitely play other heroes, but it's not going to be the Darkseer today. One of the more potent heroes alongside that Spirit Breaker. Charge in, get that Ion Shell applied to you, and you don't even have to hit the enemies. You just run next to them, and since you're Spirit Breaker, you're probably going to be fast enough to do so. See, that combo is now off the table. Let's see what Mousesports actually want to get for Skylark. Again, he's been just handling himself with that Beastmaster, and it's been okay. I mean, he did as much as he could in the last game. It might be about time for him to take a little bit of a switch here. get something like a Bat Rider. I am not sure if he's still going to have access to that. A very high chance that OG are going to either have a really good hero against Bat Rider or just straight ban it out in the second phase. Again, Sven, Bat Rider are the heroes that we often see still in the pool when you're going up against Nature's Prophet that you really want to pick up in order to deal with him. Mousesports, if they ban out someone like an LC, which they did in the fourth box in the last game, or someone did in the last game, then that would be a pretty big tell of what they want to get. I'm pretty sure OG have been around the block. They can figure that one out. Mousesports, they're taking quite a lot of time to decide what they're going to do here. Terrorblade will be banned out. No Tail did play it in game 1. Is that super threatening to what Mousesports are trying to pull? I'm not really sure. Well, no Alchemist here. Mousesports did win their previous match of the day with that Alchemist. Another pretty good hero to have versus Nature's Prophet. Maybe not like super premium. It's harder to get those pickoffs on the Nature's Prophet. For sure, it makes Nature's Prophet split push incredibly risky for the NP. Those treants are already worth a decent amount of gold, but adding Greevils on top of that, like full stacks of it, cool man, that's a lot of cash. Still like the Bat Rider here quite a bit for the Mousesports side. If anything else, just to give Skylark a little bit of a change of pace. I mean, I kind of don't want to see him on Beastmaster for the 3rd game in a row. I feel like that's a little bit excessive. It wasn't that good to keep picking it for him. And Bat Rider's perfectly fine here. But if they really do want to go for a Beastmaster, he's not bad. Like, he's really pretty good up against Nature's Prophet and Earthshaker. So, it doesn't seem like the worst game to just stick to their guns. They're looking for all 3 cores for the Mousesports side. Let's see what OG want to do as well. Jarex Shaker is likely going to be the assignment there, and looking for that additional support for Fly. Ooh, it's a Lycan for Mousesports. A little bit of a ban pick. And Lycan Nature's Prophet is incredibly powerful, that's for sure. Is Lycan particularly strong here? Not incredibly. I mean, he's okay, I guess. Nowadays, Lycan, they don't typically go for magic immunity, lots of personal damage with an armlet. They more so go for that zoo-based build. So it's, yeah, not really going to be the best at dealing with an Earthshaker. You do also have to worry about the Sprout. Quelling Blade is usually going to be picked up on Lycan, so it's not like a terribly huge deal, but for sure it is going to stall him up as a Lycan in wolf form, let's say. You don't want to waste any time in that. You want to just be going, killing, hit. You don't want to be wasting any time running, cutting through trees, or walking around fissures. I do like how this is giving Mousesports a little bit of a change, but I'm not really sure if 3rd pick here is the time to pick up a Lycan. OG can just get a handful more disables, get someone like a Bloodseeker who's still in the pool, who is notoriously good up against Lycan. Yeah, maybe not the best hero to have versus an Ancient Apparition, but in order to deal with the Lycan, I'm pretty sure they'll be willing to take that hit. Or a Witch Doctor, that's good too for Fly. Don't really see this hero all that often, but you know what? When you're a Lycan and when you're running with your Necro units, when you're running with your dogs, just throw a cask, and odds are you're going to get, let's say, 2 stuns on the Lycan. That's good enough, man. If you're wasting his time in wolf form, you're going to be happy.
5 seconds remaining.
OG will also have that, maybe not the fastest disable for the Spirit Breaker, but with the cask, you can make sure that Spirit Breaker, once he does land his charge, won't really be able to get that many right clicks in afterwards. You don't really have to worry about Greater Bash. Oh, there you go, Bat Rider. Swap Bat Rider and Lycan, and I'm completely on board there for Mousesports, but at the end of the day, it is still going to be that answer to the Nature's Prophet. Perfectly reasonable. It is going to mean that for OG and their safe lane, most likely facing up against that Bat Rider, they will have the ability to kill him. Shaker, as long as he's there for a split second with that stun in the fissure, chain stun with the cask, as long as you have like a Juggernaut or a Life Stealer or a Slark or something like that, like they can very easily kill off that Bat. Those are probably the bigger heroes to have versus a Bat Rider in the lane. Or a Faceless Void. That's not too bad either. Interesting pick here for OG. Faceless Void is a hero that Mousesports do have enough answers to in order to kill off We've seen a couple of teams mix it up a little bit. We've seen Nature's Prophet go towards mid lane. We've seen Nature's Prophet safe lane as well. So there's a lot of flexibility with these lanes for OG.
10 seconds remaining.
It is not really the most offensive hero if you're trying to kill off a Bat Rider unless you are incredibly lucky.
Remaining.
But this is also going to activate the Witch Doctor. And that's really the big reason why they want this hero. I mean, yeah, it's going to be nice to have that Chronosphere, cancel the Bat Rider's initiation, make sure you have an answer to the Lycan. Again, once you're shapeshifted, you do not want to be stuck in a Chronosphere for any duration of time. Last pick is going to be that Quap, adding now a lot of extra team fight and damage. Faceless Void, yeah, again, perhaps not the best hero up against Bat Rider, but once you get that Death Ward, whew, baby. Whew, that does a lot of damage. You'll obviously also set up for the Queen of Pain combo to come in. Earthshaker can get the blink timing whenever and just jump into the Chronosphere at his own leisure. It's going to be a really powerful setup for the OG side. At the cost of maybe a little bit of lane control, but I think they should be fine to deal with that as it comes. Of course, Resolution's Queen of Pain is going to be responded to by the last pick of the Mousesports side, Thug, taking over the Templar Assassin. There aren't really that many answers to the Templar Assassin. I mean, Faceless Void is okay. Chronosphere to counter Mild, I guess, but for the most part, this TA has an okay matchup versus that Quap. Especially with the Spirit Breaker coming in. Mousesports perhaps a little bit light on disables. Really have to make sure, in order to compensate for that, they overload in damage. And between Ancient Apparition, Lycan, and Templar Assassin, their damage is going to be overloaded. Like, they will be able to kill off Resolution if they land a stun on him. Really, really. Templar Assassin on top of that is going to give them even more push power. 9 times out of 10 is going to have a early-ish Blightstone / Desolator, so killing off enemy towers, killing off Roche, you're good to go. What? I heard a pause. There we go, we're in. Everyone's fine, guys, don't worry, we're in. But yeah, again, Templar Assassin, Blightstone, killing off towers, killing off Roche. Really, really easy for the Mousesports side, and fighting over Roche, I mean, with Bat Riders, be pretty feasible as well. Now, going for Roshan is not going to be the safest thing in the world. You're going up against Chronosphere, Split Push, Echo Slam. Queen of Pain is obviously an all-star in that area, so it's not really going to be safe, but it is going to be very, very quick. And who knows, they might find their timing, they may be able to sneak it in. On the whole, though, even though I am not a huge fan of Faceless Void versus Bat Rider, OG still may switch up the lanes, give this Faceless Void not that much. Doesn't seem like that. He's going to go straight up towards top lane. Just look to see where Skylark is going to be headed. Obs up on the high ground. Mokes will break. And No Tail seeing no Obs on Skylark is, yeah, going to be pinging the wrong spot. I mean, this is pretty standard. This is slightly less standard. So maybe this Obs is actually going to stick. But I really do like OG's draft here. I feel like Mouz is a little bit clunky. And once they get the Blink Daggers on Bat Rider and TA, then they can just run wild on OG. And that point is going to be really difficult. But Blink Dagger is not free, so you do have to work towards it. And we'll see what MNT can actually do to give his allies that space. It doesn't seem like Spirit Breaker going into a Queen of Pain, going into a Faceless Void, can really get that much done. Like, you can charge them. You're probably not going to land a charge, and if you do, well, there's just a blink out, or a time walk out. Maybe you can land a charge on the Nature's Prophet, but then who's really going to help you? Like, is Lycan really going to be able to keep pace with the Nature's Prophet, who already has boots, and is most like, or is going to go for phase boots first? It's really tough to do. Your Ancient Apparition can't really help all that much. Ice Vortex is great and everything, but not really in the crowd control department, so I'm not sure if MNT is going to really find his chances to land kills, seeing as though these OG heroes are so mobile. This is also a pretty good start for OG. On top of that, Sentry Ward is going to get the D Ward, but perhaps more importantly, or about equally as important, the fact that OG got 3 bounty runes to Mouz's 1. Bat Rider is going to start messing with the creep wave right away. Get rid of that. Pull the creep wave all the way back, and he's going to guarantee himself at least that 1 wave. One in addition here for OG, though. Just looking to give Rezo a little bit of a start here up against Thug. Fissure is gonna separate MNT. He does have a charge out. He will get quite a bit away. Roshan. Ooh, that was close. Fissure cast. Not really gonna do all that much. They are camping out this mid lane though, making Thug's life an absolute living hell. JerAx does have an additional clarity. He's already chugging down one, so he's gonna be more than happy to just keep throwing out these Fissures and make Thug's life difficult. At a certain point, Queen of Pain can just walk up the hill, start throwing those daggers as well. There is just those side blades on the TA, so she has no way of counterplaying this at all, except for just sit back and hope that the range creep is gonna die naturally and not get denied. Resolution, though, has 6 CS, 7 denies. And Thug has 1-0. This is not a safe place to be. Now, usually when you do this, it's going to cost you quite a bit in your other lanes, but so far, it's really not. Thug is going to grab level 2 and is going to get some refraction. So maybe is going to get some distance, but the Blink Forward Resolution is going to cut off Thug's escape, giving them the first blood. MNT as well, going to take quite a beating here. There's another Fissure in 1 second, and a dagger to slow him up. Fissure, right clicks, one more right click from JerAx, couple more from Resolution, not quite gonna do it. Poison should be counteracted by the tangos. OG still an absolute death grip on this mid lane. Thug throwing some good shots towards Resolution, but nowhere near getting a kill. Take a quick check in on these other lanes. Nature's Prophet up against an AA Lycan really doesn't have much to fear. And again, it's not until the Spirit Breaker comes in where he's in any sort of trouble. And even when that happens, he's not going to be in that much trouble. He'll have a lot of answers, and he'll actually teleport out towards that Spirit Breaker. Caught him in the corner, but actually the Fissure walls them off from where they need to go. Slightly off the mark there from JerAx, and it's going to cost S4 a lot of time off lane, where he was actually getting quite a bit, so that hurts. That hurts a lot. Take a quick check-in on the top lane as well. Batrider is in a very nice position up in this top lane. Fly can't really do that much versus Bat, although they do Maledict him. No Tail has such little offensive power that he's going to do a little bit of damage. Tango there. Batrider should be A-okay. The last tick only did 40 damage. Level 1 Maledict is always so disappointing. Once you see level 4 Maledict, you're like, oh, alright, that's what it's supposed to do. And then level 1 is like, yeah, that didn't do anything. Resolution recharged. Not even a level 2 Spirit Breaker though, so it doesn't even Greater Bash. JerAx is going to drive everyone else away. The lanes for Mousesports, aside from this mid lane, not that bad, honestly. The fact that they really will struggle to play aggressively. And the same can't be said for OG. Like, already they've played very aggressively. 4 is going to get cold feeded out of this lane. Straight teleport out, he should be just fine. The only person I see dying at all is going to be No Tail on top. And even then, it requires him to have, like, 8 stacks of Napalm, and for him to be really far away from his tower. Essentially, it'll require him to make a big mistake if he's going to die. No Tail is just not that type of player to make a mistake like that, especially in a safe lane as a Void. Like, it's so easy to stay at least somewhat safe. Right now, not a huge lead going either way, but I do expect OG to slowly but surely be pulling ahead. The Lycan getting full last hits against the 10 sit on the basis boy on the other end is still quite nice for Mouz. Does seem like it's just going to be a rush for Blink Daggers for both Skylark as well as Thug. Maybe not first thing for Thug. You still want to get your boots going, still want to get your Desolator, getting a Blightstone coming at him right now. Until those items come up, tough times ahead. Thug, Fraction is going to be dropped, and now the right clicks from Resolution with the poison still on him. He gets a bottle delivered. It seems like that should save him. Well, it's going to cost him a lot of bottle charges. MNT looking for JerAx. Actually, no. Resolution jumped in, sealed the deal. MNT needed a bash there to get the kill. Didn't get it. Resolution actually was able to just tick down Thug.
Middle tower is under attack.
Blink right clicks, I suppose. Now level 6, and Thug's life is hard. 20 denies, 6 denies. I mean, that's all you really have to look at, right? Almost level 5, whereas Queen of Pain is at level 6, and now top lane, Batrider has Firefly. No Tail crossing his fingers for that 10%. Going for a lot of time dilation. Interesting. It's very easy to land a good time dilation onto a Bat Rider. Fire flying, whatever it's called, then obviously that's one. Napalm, it's a low cooldown, but you just cast it right after it is cast, and then that's another one. Very uncommon build for Faceless Voids, but a decent build if you're looking to kill off a Bat Rider, or at least have some sort of response to the Bat Rider. 4 phase, so hard to kill. I don't really know what Mouz is supposed to do except for just try to scrape together farm. They really don't have much action around the map, and you can see OG. They do not feel the same. They've already set up multiple kills on the mid lane. Still applying that pressure elsewhere. Now looking to maybe snipe Skylark as Jerax is getting into position. Help is not that close by. Fly's level 4, level's no tail. He's level 5. Jerax will be spotted. What can they do about this? Not much, Mouz. They'll teleport in the Ancient Apparition, but AA level 4 is fairly useless here. Fissure, again, not quite on the right side for Jerax. TP coming in, it's a Lycan. He's going to use the shape shift, but immediately gets hit with the cast, which bounces all the way through, only the hero, but still Jerax is going to go down. Dar just has that much damage. They do go after Fly. TP out, one shot. Oh, couldn't quite get the second shot in. In the back, Resolution. Looking for an opening, not going to find anyone, so they do force TPs from absolutely everyone. But that is going to cost Lycan a lot of time off lane. S4 jump right back down there and get going. Resolution, of course, was going to arrive. Couldn't quite get there in time. For Mouz, it's about as offensive as they can be right now. Again, that's really what they have to do. Just try to get these blink daggers up. Once they have blinks, they have a chance of actually making it offensive. Until that is going to happen, though, it is going to require OG to overcommit or get baited in, much like what we just saw, to making a play that's perhaps a little bit too over-aggressive. And then Mouz's response is going to be all that matters. Lane tier 1. A lot of push here. Skylark is going to arrive. There are a lot of creeps here, including Jerax, including Fly. Skylark is not invulnerable in this area, but he is very confident regardless. Looks like he'll get quite a bit of experience off of this. Napalm still being thrown down. Firefly as well. Oh man, MNT's gonna die elsewhere. That was a solo kill with Resolution. Just blink, scream, Sonic Wave. Okay, I mean, you have Regeneration Rune, you might as well burn that mana. Resolution is gonna keep the Regeneration Rune. Throw out one more dagger towards Thug. It's gonna be mostly blocked by the Refraction, obviously, but hey, it's free, why not? Now looking for this bottom lane. Help is needed for S4. Fissure is there. Right clicks will do him in. The backup is here in spades. Skylark and MNT. Can finally kill off, again, one of the only heroes that they can kill off, but at what cost? MNT charging out. There is a cast following him, or something following him. That was a cast, actually. The weird projectile animation with the skin. Kills off MNT, making a 1-for-1. Still a great trade for Mouz. Any kill that they can get is super valuable. Because, again, they don't really have the tools to make that an easy task. No tail towards top lane. Getting the support to Fly. Here drops. There's a Maledict. There's no Death Ward here, though. Cast will bounce through Madara, trying to shapeshift. He's trying. Oh, he's trying, and he can't do it. He'll just go down as the charge is finally going to arrive. Spartan on the side as well. Has no way to chop through those trees, so S4 with phase boots should just be able to right-click him down. 2 more are needed. Miss up the high ground. S4 is not going to push up. Spartan should survive.
Middle tower is under attack.
Lycan is going to go down on this top lane. A lot of gold swing there for OG. Thug takes a big scream. He doesn't have refraction shields right now. MNT, though, right on top of Resolution. They're going to try to give Rezo a little bit of extra space here with the Enchant Totem. They should get the kill, and they will. Now turn around for a Fissure onto 2, and the Sprout completely blocks the high ground, plus the cast bouncing back towards the Lycan, stunning him for 3 times. Madara's shapeshift is half duration by the time he's unstunned, and can't chase forward for more. It will be MNT once again to fall. Top lane will be pushed in by No Tail. Jump out of there will be just fine. What is Skylark looking at? 1,300 gold. Not too bad for him. Power treads, I assume. The next item for Thug. fissure was not quite there. Doug is pretty darn fast right now, goes invis, has a lot of backup. And again, OG know that they just have to not play too over aggressively, and they should be fine. Going into a tower to kill off the TA, that's a little bit too aggressive. Maybe you have a Chronosphere there, you can make it happen. Picking up, 30 seconds off, still No Tail has that. Still going to rotate in Nature's Prophet. 3 points in those treants, but with the catapult here, very easily deal with this tower. Fly circling around also. He's going to know that Skylark is there. Kings are out from all sides. S4 will still kill off the tower, top lane. Not being super seriously pushed, but jump in. Skylark takes a good chunk of damage there from Quap. Scream another blink in 3. Have a Chronosphere. If they just drop a Chrono on Skylark, they definitely can kill him off right now, but they don't know it. Top lane push so far makes it a 1-for-1 trade, No Tail. Pretty aggressively forward right now. I mean, he's kind of feigning backup behind him. He doesn't have that much. OG aren't done yet. Doug is just going to hide in the trees while Jarex and S4 are pushing toward the tower. Charge is coming in. It's from very far away, however. MNT is going to take a lot of damage. We'll cancel the charge. Decide to teleport out. Sonic Wave will do him in. The Ice Blast does come in towards bottom. They use Chronosphere. Skylark, No Tail doesn't have that much damage, though. He is also prone to shattering. He will not shatter, but he still will die, as he does not have a lot of damage with this build. Time dilation is very utility heavy, not really damage heavy. Why is this wolf so tiny? I don't know. They look so small for some reason, right? I don't know. Either way, Jarek's still getting blocked by them. That was weird. It looked really small on my screen. And now it looks a little bit more normal. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I definitely am. But, I mean, that is just not the play. Spaceless Void, in this position, as a position 1, you do want to be able to jump in and make some action happen. But, again, that's all on your allies. That's mostly on this Witch Doctor, or should be mostly on the Witch Doctor. But he doesn't have a Death Ward yet, so Chronosphere into Runaway. And they very quickly realized, hey, Skylark is not the type of hero we can kill off. Bat Rider is rather tanky for intelligence here. Looking at stats, he has no real stat items except for this wand, and he has a ton of strength. A little bit of over-aggression from OG. Still, they've been taking down towers pretty regularly. Still working on these items for the Faceless Voids. They can really farm all that quickly, and with the Lincoln Sphere build-up, really nice up against the Spirit Breaker, up against the Bat Rider, but it's not really going to help him farm that much quicker. No Tail runs the risk of falling behind in farm. He's not able to utilize the Chronospheres for kill. His allies, though, Resolution, Queen of Pain, can farm really quick. Prophet, same thing, so there still will be farm coming up here. Skylark is going to get blinked upon. There is not enough damage here to instantly kill, but with S4 coming in, throwing out Wrath of Nature, which will bounce back to Skylark eventually. Oh, or not. Well, the Ice Blast is coming in with the charge as well. Will not save Skylark, but will shatter Resolution. Now MNT onto S4. He's hoping, praying for that Greater Bash. Fly is going to take down Thug elsewhere. Madara's here for S4. Jumping through, right clicks and charge. Gets a double kill for MNT, but ultimately a 3-for-3 around the map as over in mid lane. Looks like there was a party and I was not invited. My camera was not invited. 3-for-3 exchange. Nonetheless, still pretty good for Mouz. Skylark doesn't really need to survive any longer. I mean, if he does, great. But he already has the items he wants, that Blink Dagger. Killing off the Quap, the Nature's Prophet. Like, this is big, big game for Mousesports. The Ice Blast coming in. No Tail does have that Chronosphere, does have Flyer behind him, but in a bad angle. Gets shoved closer to the Mouz team. And will very quickly be dealt with. No Tail will make a clean escape. Dara is going to push into the lane a little bit. We'll be fine. No shapeshift just yet from Madara. It is going to mean that he's going to take a beat and just chill. Whoa, really? I love me some aggro on an Earthshaker. Gotta make sure to delay that Blink Dagger, but that's a little bit too far. There you go. He's still smoked up, though, so he can just wait and go again in just a little bit. Is not really wealthy in the mana department, though. charge isn't really super mana expensive, but
Worthy trip.
since you're level 8 Spirit Breaker, you do have to make sure you have that Nether Strike mana as well. Is also going to get a Blightstone. Again, it's going to be a Medallion build-up, so it's like not a damaging Blightstone. Do have one on the TA, now it's a Blink Dagger, and speaking of Blink Daggers, here you go, Jerax, surprise, charge in, Skylark can set up a really easy kill. And this is the timing that Mouz were hoping for. This is the timing I was talking about. The point when they have Blink Daggers is the point when they can start action. Get control of the game on their own terms. OG, though they do have a Chronosphere, still behind in the Blink Dagger for Jerax. Shouldn't really take him too long to get to a point where he can pick that one up. A lot of power in the Quap, a lot of power in this Nature's Prophet just with right clicks. On this bottom lane, that charge was going on the range creep instead of S4. Not really sure why. It happened. It just kind of happened, okay? No tails coming in. This time with the DD rune. Sure has enough damage. Don't Chronosphere that. There's nothing down there. Ice Blast will land onto a handful of heroes. Weaken the creep wave, but double damage on No Tail. Solves all his damage issues and will take down this tower. Catapult is here. Prophet is here. No defenders from Mouz here. Mouz will know that that is not something that they can defend, so they're looking for stuff elsewhere. That is going to be Jerax. Oh, cancel into a Nether Strike by MNT. Super smart play, knowing that if he does charge in, Enchant Totem will most likely stun him. They can't get the stun off at that point, so he decides to stay right outside of the range, cast the Nether Strike, get the guaranteed stun. Once you teleport with the Nether Strike, I don't think it's possible to get stunned before you actually hit with the Nether Strike, because it happens at the same time. Earthshaker down. Keeping Jerax off of his Blink Dagger. Picked up 200 gold since last I checked, like 20 seconds ago. So he's still, you know, making some pretty good progress towards that Blink. Mouz is starting to build up some momentum as well. Past couple of kills, past couple of minutes have been all Mouz. And they will maybe run into another as Fly is going to run into a point-blank Ice Blast, although the cast prompts the cancellation from this charge of Spirit Breaker. Now calling the Chronosphere, Death Ward is there as well as S4, blindly sprouting. Can't quite find Spartan just yet. 7 seconds left, Spartan hide. Hide in the trees, my friends. Scan is just out of range. TP out in 1. And Resolution has the Eul Scepter, but can't find him. Spartan lives. They lose MNT, but it's a Spirit Breaker. That's a small price to pay. Pulling out that Chronosphere. With Madara and Skylark right around the corner. Blink Lasso at the ready with the perfect target in that Quap. They do secure Blink. They're going to give chase with the Blink of their own. The Zoo comes up and the damage is dealt. Resolution needs another Blink. Can't quite get it off. Did the charge skip over to anyone else? No, it looks like the charge is on a Treant. Can't continue this chase. Killing off the Quap, knowing that it's perfectly safe to do so. There's no Chronosphere. Why not? Because there's no Chronosphere, you go for that Roche. There is no Desolator yet up on Thug, but you know what? With the Blightstone, with the Zoo of Madara, it shouldn't really matter all that much. Darlak also doesn't have a Lasso, so OG. If you like going for this, No Tail's going to highlight a little bit. They're actually going to jump in for an Echo Slam onto 2, is going to grab the Aegis, as well as that Roshan kill. Sonic Wave gets committed, and they'll take down Thug. Jerax initiating hard, and now they're onto Madara with the Death Ward. Can't run out in time. He'll be right click down. Fire Resolution Spartan now is going to pop the Aegis, but you know what? He's not going to survive. That's going to be a huge swing for OG. No Chronosphere? No problem, because Jerax has his Blink Dagger. Takes down Roche. The Dire kill off Roche. Jerax grabs the Aegis. Yes, immediately uses it, but that is absolutely huge. It cannot be understated how much of a play that was. Make sure that this Lycan TA combo are stalled up even more. Show off your Blink Dagger, get a ton of kills. You waste a good 30 seconds of the Mousesports side as they're just killing Roshan for you. And man, I'm not really sure if it could be any better since they also, again, didn't have the Chronosphere. Didn't seem to matter. Have Sonic Wave, have Echo Slam. It's all good, man. Now that they do have a Chronosphere, they can look for a little more in 20. They'll be safe to do that. Back in the trees is hidden, but they jump in with the Lasso onto the Queen of Pain. She does have a Eul Scepter. Is going to get it off for a little bit of safety. Jerax, though, does not have a Eul Scepter. He will go down. forward now. Mouz are going to Sonic Trap a couple. They have No Tail in the Roach Pit. He'll hop over. Fly, teleport out, should be fine. No Tail is the one who's being charged, however. There is a Chronosphere for him. There's no time to use it, though. Thug is going to jump in and get that assassination hit off. OG stick around for a little bit too long. Mouz do strike back. Getting a pretty decent team fight of their own in a 1400 gold swing. Not bad at all. That's almost the Desolator on Thug. Getting this Lycan a lot of use out of this Necro Book. MNT will step to a cancel with TP. And now there's a screen. And a couple more right clicks. Into the trees MNT goes. But he doesn't even have enough mana to charge out, even with the int swap on his treads. Just short. That kind of sucks. Even if he did charge out, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have done it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Chronosphere, Death Ward. Match made in heaven. They are a hunting. No Tail, Lincoln Sphere first with Massive Madness. Only not your standard sequencing there. I don't mind it. Does signify that he wants to still be that damage dealer. Chronosphere is great as just a pure utility spell, as a giant AoE disable, because you do have all this team fight behind you, but yeah, sometimes you need a little bit of damage as well, just in case things go wrong. Push, though, is not going to be defended. Mousesports are elsewhere. He thinking about it. 4 resolution. Fastest push in the world, but slow and steady. He'll get it. The OG side still hunting. Don't really need much else aside from this Void and this Witch Doctor to get kills. All they need is a target, and the targets are all hiding. I mean, Thug has a lot of damage right now. He's in a vulnerable spot, but there's no one nearby. OG looking to force this issue. They have all their ultimates up. Lots of happening on Mousesports, and Mouz, they've taken down 1 tower so far. Their map control is truly suffering. What is that? What is going on? I think that's a TP game. In the back line, they're gonna jump in onto the Shaker, and they take down the Echo Slam before he gets it off. He will shatter. Now MNT stuns up S4, bumps him back to the low ground, and he takes a big spill hit from Thug. They will lose the Bat Rider as Skylark is going to hit with the Sonic Wave. No Tail turns around for a Chronosphere. Can't do anything with it though, because all his backup is dead, and now he's charged. And I think it's going to cancel this TP. It will. Oh, with the Blink Dagger, Thug, 1-2 shots. Going to give them a 1 for 4. Nice indeed. MNT, nice indeed. OG getting initiated upon hard by Skylark. Doing exactly what the Bat Rider should do. Lasso, one of those big important heroes. Get the kill, and then if you die, no big deal, right? You already did your job. You 1 for 1 the enemy. You're happy. Thug can clean up. Dara can clean up. And then they can start breaking down those towers. Man, as soon as I say they only take down 1 tower, suddenly they take down 2 more off of a brilliant team fight. It's just that way. I'm sorry, OG. That was my bad. I cursed your towers. Won't happen again. This Templar Assassin is really starting to get big along with this Lycan. BKB's en route for both of them now. Not really going to be super well timed, and still have a long way off until they get those items. OG uses the Chronosphere for nothing, use the Sonic Wave for a Bat Rider kill. I mean, they still have the Echo Slam, they still have the Death Ward, or have Death Ward again, rather. But, yeah, finding those openings, really a big struggle here for OG. No Tail looks like, I don't think Mask of Madness is dead in here either. Let's go for Shadow Blade. Okay, my bad. Thug takes another one down in the Shaker. MNT, he is charging after S4. Can he actually get this kill? He has a lot of damage. There's a shrine right here, so S4 is probably going to get some backup. Bat Rider jumping in. They even get a Crater Bash there. No Tail's arrival. He's not going to do all that much because he doesn't have a Chronosphere. They saved the Lasso, didn't use it on the Nation Prophet. They could have easily gotten 2 there with Thug also arriving. This Faceless Void right now, it just doesn't seem like a safe lane hero. you normally have some sort of relevant damage output on that safe lane. An Anti-Mage will have a Battle Fury and a Manta Style at this stage, or a Terrorblade will have his stat items, Manta Style and Dragon Lance, stuff like that. His Faceless Void rushing for a Lincoln Spear, very Weaver-esque. Yet the difference is that Weaver actually does damage. But right now, it seems like No-Tail is kind of relegated to a kind of off-lane Faceless Void type of playstyle, where he's just pretty much a walking Chronosphere. And that's not necessarily bad for Faceless Void, but it is bad for OG. The scaling they have is not nearly the scaling that they had in the last game, where No-Tail could afford to go for that type of supporty playstyle because he had an Alchemist on his team. This time he has a Quap. Not bad in the late game by any stretch, and same thing for Nature's Prophet. They're both decent, but you can't compare those two to an Alchemist. There's just no comparison. Big smoke up here as OG do have their eyes set on a Spirit Breaker, or honestly whoever they can find down here, but they're all pretty well spread out with smoke, and the smoke will time out before they run into MNT. Don't move, MNT. Did they see him? TP out. Oh, the Scream is blind, and the Yules will not find its mark. Everyone gets out of that situation safe and sound. Game is still looking pretty even. We can see Mouz. You can see exactly the point at which they grab their blink daggers. Like, it is so obvious. And now they have a not complete run of the map. They still have to fear the Chronosphere. Obviously, the team fight from OG is substantial. But they do have the flexibility to wander around and look for aggressive kills. The OG are kind of scared about that, as well they should be. Nature's Prophet has to deal with that Spirit Breaker. That is just the nature of that counter pick. Or he would love to go up towards top lane and start pushing that one out. But immediate charge, a TP like right here from Thug or something like that, it's not the safest play to make. She does teleport, makes some goons, and then immediately leaves. The map is not really in control for OG, and now the big items are coming up again for Mouz. Another big round. Double BKBs are picked up. What do we have on OG? Nothing. Yule Scepter, Lincoln Spear. Very defensive items here for resolution, but it's all in the name of staying in the fight for longer, so it's fine. Shiva's Guard is in the pipeline. Blink Force is on Jerax. Still pretty good farm on this Shaker. Seen S4's farm all but halt though. His last pickup was working. I feel like that was a very long time ago, at least given the pace of this game. Of course, No-Tail gonna go for an item. Any item is what he needs right now. It's not really farming all that quick though. Wonder if anyone in OG is gonna teleport down here. It would be a really, really bad idea. They don't know it. There is only sentries here for the Dire. Quite a few sentries. They will be dealt with, so maybe they'll know. Skylark does see a Lincoln Sphere on the Quap. Ice Blast is coming in, as well as the charge with No-Tail, giving them some good scouting information as to where the enemies are and what position they're in. So they'll say, okay, you can have that half of the map. We'll go for this tower. Roshan is up, but OG don't really roach all that quickly. Witch Doctor and Void have very little game. Nature's Prophet will make some goons, and Resolution has some pretty decent right clicks as well, but this is not going to be the fastest roach in the world. We'll have to fall back. Skylark does have Lasso. There is a Lincoln Sphere on the Void though, so Skylark's initiation is not going to be super clean, and he blink dodges the Chrono! Oh no, OG, it's time to leave. It is time to get the hell out of here. They will fissure up. MNT get Resolution out of there. Madara is going to make his arrival. Skylark jumping in, looking for a lasso on someone, but gets stunned up. Sonic Wave as well. Charge comes in onto Nature's Prophet, but it's Madara killing off Fly first. Now looking for a second into S4. He claws him down with the help of Thug. That's immediate 2-kill. Resolution looking to be the third, although they don't really have enough control for that. Still, the lasso hasn't even been used yet. No-Tail is going to bounce out of there with a time walk. Skylark has a Force Staff and a lasso, but it seems like chasing in for more is ill-advised. Everyone is perfectly alive, and it's time to go for a Roach. Now, we saw what happened last time when there's the Earth Shaker with a Blink Dagger as Mouz go for that Roach. But it's not impossible to see OG make a play here. Skylark can run resolution. He cannot lasso her straight away because of that Lincoln Sphere. He'll force staff himself out of here. Backup is coming in slowly. It's only No Tail for right now, who can't stand up to Thug, not even close. The Shrine, is it live? It is. No Tail are doing their best to stall out right now. Ice Blast into No Tail. He will dodge it. Barely. And OG will fall back. They still don't have the Chronosphere. No Tail, trying to be cute with that Shadow Blade, is going to not get lassoed. The Lincoln Sphere blocks it. But still, the Batrider is going to be able to get out of there. Fight that Orchid. Thug does pop his BKB. Perhaps misreading that engagement. No Tail, Lincoln Sphere getting some serious value now. Roshan is still going to be held. No one is going to claim it just yet. OG just need more time. They already have the Echo Slam and wasn't used before. Sonic Wave in 30. About the same amount of time for a Chronosphere. Of course, Death Ward is pretty much always up. That's another 20 on top of that. Mouz do hold Roche. Not really the largest kill exchange there. It's just flying S4 to drop. Still is very nice for Mouz to be able to get in there and get around that Chrono for the first time. I wonder if this is going to be Petalus or an MKB for the Templar Assassin. I don't think there's any indication just yet. Either way, Thug looking to do some serious deeps. There's no evasion, I don't think, on OG. Illusion. But either way, sometimes you just gotta kill fools. No Tail does have another Chronosphere. You may not expect it. Now it's gonna jump in, grab the Earthshaker again. Chronosphere does latch onto the Templar Assassin. The Death Ward is going to be canceled by MNT, coming in from the backline, so they keep Thug perfectly healthy. Now the turnaround. There goes Fly, Jerax, and S4, all in the same second. As No Tail just wants a time walk out. Not going to happen. It's a 4-kill for just the Ancient Apparition as Mousesports clean house over OG. And now we'll be able to clean up Roche. Sonic Wave will not do it. It's not even up yet. Mousesports. That positioning, though, with everyone coming up from the north onto the Shaker, except for the Spirit Breaker to cancel that Death Ward. Now, Death Ward is not, it's only level 1, right? So it's not even like that big of a deal, but they perfectly preserved their heroes in that Chronosphere. There was actually no damage going in there. And after that Chronosphere breaks, all hell breaks loose in favor of Mousesports. That's the Aegis, that's the cheese on Lycan, yeah, on Lycan. And that is a filthy amount of teamfight gold. Not to mention the fact that Chronosphere was used there, Sonic Wave was used there. Echo Slam was still held as Shaker was dealt with very quickly. But OG are not landing their team fight, and that is a big problem. Skylark's Batrider definitely overperforming in this game. Maybe a couple of debatably shaky games on the Beastmaster earlier. But I would say this makes up for it. Game 3 is when it counts, right? So for Skylark, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Unfortunately, they kill off all the creeps, so MNT's charge is cancelled. That's awkward. Oh well, I'm sure they'll be okay going for the tower hit. Careful there, bud. I'm gonna get the tower. Mid lane is being pushed. Rezo trying to poke at it. A couple of treants being spawned up. Immediately the charge is in. Tower should be brought down, although there are a lot of heroes from Mouz on the incoming. Skylark in particular. Threat. Seem like he could find any enemies though. He does have the gem. He knows that he is mostly unspotted. Heart on the Lycan, 4400 HP. Jesus, this is so tanky. Yeah, yes. How did they kill this Lycan? He doesn't have the most armor, I suppose, but OG don't really have the most damage. Still, No Tail's only working with this Shadow Blade. Net worth-wise, right behind S4. S4 has picked up an ultimate orb in the past, like, 8 minutes. That's all he's gotten. Lycan also has a cheese, like, just in case that heart is not enough. Well, here's another, like, 2,000 health. Yeah, just in case you need it. I'm not sure if it feels good or feels bad to have cheese not restore you to full. Like, it's got to be somewhere in the middle. You do want that full health restore, but still get full value. It's strictly better, I guess, to not restore you to full. That means you're getting full value. Pretty good health pot, though. Pretty good health pot. Now Mouz, they have the run of the map. Thug is balling out of control. What is this item? It's a Daedalus. Templar Assassin gonna drop some sick crits. Doing pretty darn well in the net worth department for herself. Lycan is right behind her as well with that heart. Tower is super dead. Now OG have insane high ground defense. First of all, Ninja Prophet will be split. Second of all, Echo Slam, Chronosphere, Death Ward. It's all good. When it gets pulled out by Skylark, then suddenly things are not all good. But No-Tail blinks in, does find Skylark. And with the pain right off to the side, they will take down the Bat Rider. No initiation here for the Mousesports side, yet still they're going to go in. Madara at least thinking about it. Very, very tanky though. That time dilation on him is not doing all that much damage. Look how slow he's hitting. Doug is still poking at the tower, just trying to get some value here. Off to the side, they will charge Jerax. Can they take down this Shaker? Seems like no. Resolution's gonna drive them all out. In the top lane in the meantime, S4, again, going back to his roots, is split pushing. MNT, like he's caught, charge out, run away! Oh, run away! He's still dead. That's a 3-kill spree ended. And a 2-kill for OG. Still the Aegis and Cheese are both preserved. Top lane, tower will be dropped. S4's creeps are able to seal the deal there. That's gonna open up the shrines. Madara, though, has found himself a double damage. He does not have another shapeshift, though. Jerax is not an easy hero to kill off, even if he did. He needs someone to help him, such as perhaps Ice Blast. It's a little bit off. Jerax is going to scoot the wrong way. Has a Blink Dagger soon, but not soon enough. 2 shots, you're dead. And now Madara is going to go into the Super Wolf form. Skylark is taking a lot of damage here from Resolution as S4, 1 shot, 2 shots going to get the kill. Double damage rune plus 345 damage. Yeah, seems good. Seems real good. Skylark survives again. Does preserve this gem. And though they do lose the tier 3, they get a lot in the way of kills exchanged, of course. Still, the shrine advantage is in favor of OG. You can see no tier 3s yet dropped on their side. Shrines are not vulnerable yet. But that's only going to be relevant for the next Roshan. He's not up yet, so still got a ways to go. Thug, now past the Cheese. No Earthshaker to worry about. Can definitely move in here. They find someone with a lasso. There is that gem on the Bat Rider, but no real sentry coverage here to spot out No-Tail. No-Tail's pushing forward. He won't be able to find anyone, but Madara using a shapeshift to farm. Not quite ready to fight himself. It's like Mouz just want to reset. Wait for maybe the Salt Cuirass of Madara. Mostly just wait and give OG a chance to get on the map so they can kill him again. And this is what Mousesports do really well with their heroes. They pick you off. OG, though, they team fight really well, and whenever you're going up high ground, that's always a team fight scenario. So if Mouz can keep this map active, like in the middle band here, if they can cause all the action here, they're going to be really happy. It's a lot more difficult to start a team fight in the middle band of that map than in either side's base. Unfortunately, I can't check how many smokes there are. I think that's still bugged. It always says 1. 1. Or it doesn't even show you, actually. That's cooldown. It doesn't tell you. So I can't check how many smokes are left. But I'm going to assume that there's a smoke coming up on both sides soon. Because I have no idea. And that's going to be how Mouz are going to plan to break the high ground. That slash the next Roshan. OG. They just need to start getting some more farm right now. The Shaker is doing pretty well for himself. But No-Tail definitely is falling behind. He has almost enough gold for an Eagle Song, which is gonna get him some pretty nice damage, but is nowhere near the amount of damage he needs to do compared to what the TA is packing, compared to what the Lycan is packing. Like, yeah, your damage output is just going to bounce off of this 4,500 health pool, soon to be Assault Cuirass. Spirit Breaker is pretty bulky. Solar Crest going. Some evasion, some armor, not bad. OG, they are grouping up for a smoke. This is a very, very defensive spot to pop a smoke. You gotta do what you gotta do. No Tail finally gets that gold talent. Maybe now he'll be able to get some farm going. We can see how scared OG are. I don't know why they just all fell back to over here. That seems almost overly defensive, though they didn't really see anyone from Mousesports, so it's understandable. Sports are just looking for that Roche. Obviously with the TA, we'll be able to see it as soon as possible. Shrine, though, will be slowly but surely clawed down by a couple of treants. No one's going to deal with that. Skylark in the air now. He is going to be spotting Jerax, who tried to Force Staff out, but he grabbed him mid-Force Staff. Oh, you can see that animation where you guys are like flailing about with the Force Staff. But he got grabbed midway. That's going to be a nice pick-off for Mousesports, but losing Earthshaker is not that bad for OG since Roshan is not going to respawn for still a long time now. They're just going to chill out and wait. See what items they can get. A butterfly for this Templar Assassin. She's going to be wishing she picked up a MKB instead of this Daedalus once she sees what No Tail is bringing to the table. But hey, you can always get around that by keeping the Daedalus and getting a Bloodthorn. Or any other item you want, because your Templar Assassin, the world is yours. That Rider just hunted, man. Oh, they're searching. Everyone will get quite a bit of downtime to farm here, and this is going to be the best for No Tail. S4 as well. Except a Lincoln Sphere. Defensive item for him. Downtime. So crucial for OG to get a handful of extra items up. So far, No Tail's picked up nothing, though. 3,500 gold in the bank account, but that's not gaining interest. That is just sitting there. Skylark. Skylark. And is going to find, once again, Jerax. Ice Blast getting kicked up to No Tail. Charge through from MNT. Keep No Tail out of this fight, although MNT fails to get any backup. Where's his help? Look how tanky he is. 4 heroes wailing on him, still not killing him off. There's no backup here. They just tried to go in with 2 heroes. And yeah, they'll both die. They don't pick off Jerax either. They give over a gem. I thought Mouz would be coming in there, but I guess not. Now Roshan is actually available. OG, did they take out the shrine? Yes, they did. Buyback on MNT. With the wolves spanning out for vision, OG still will be repelled. It was Chronosphere expend, but at this point, level 3 Chronosphere, manageable cooldown. Not the worst in the world. That was still a very questionable opening there from Mousesports. Come forward. Thug now in the front line. He's getting hit with the Echo Slam. BKB still available. Sonic Wave does go through now. Thug is going to go man mode. He's going to get ground down by the Death March. Still puts a lot of damage out before he goes down. No Tail and Fly now have to retreat. Sonic Trap going to slow down Fly. That Ghost Scepter, though, doing quite a bit of work for him. Madara not taking all that much damage in the grand scheme of things, but his allies are all gone. And is soon going to lose that Shapeshift duration. Maledict, how much damage will this actually do? He has a cheese, so he shouldn't die here. Will consume it. MNT going to stun through Resolution as he charges back towards the bottom lane. Madara should be fine. But that was a very questionable move there from Mouz. Again, I love that move of grabbing someone over here, killing them off, then sliding towards Roshan. It's like as standard gets. But it only works if Madara or Thug, I guess, and or Thug are there. And clearly they weren't. So trying to go for that kill with the skeleton crew, even though that was so perfectly orchestrated by the Bat Rider and by MNT, I'm not able to do it. They do force 2 buybacks though, OG. We'll back off. Chronosphere, 10 seconds. Bat Rider does, of course, have that gem. No, he doesn't, actually. They lost the gem. Is there anyone with the gem? There is just Dust here, so No Tail's initiation is going to be so much easier than before. So the Wolves will see absolutely everyone. Fisher is there. Thug, if he dies again, that just might be game. Skylark is going to Force Staff up Resolution. Someone's going to Force Staff up Resolution. And the Roshan will be claimed. Dara's going to charge on out. They still have to be careful, though they do have the Aegis and the cheese now. They're far from invulnerable in these fights because Thug does not have that buyback. You gotta preserve him. They do dust up No Tail from the high ground. No Tail's gonna jump forward looking. Oh, he's trying. Finds nothing. OG just with a 1k lead. Almost irrelevant. It is an irrelevant gold lead at this stage. It's all about positioning. It's all about that lasso.
Radiant's
How
bottom shrine
good is the
has
Chronosphere? How
fallen.
good is the Echo Slam? And this lead is irrelevant. This lead is a little bit less irrelevant, but still pretty close to irrelevant. See if Batrider can find anything here. Let's see a fissure. Jerax is long gone. Thug with cheese now. Actually, oh, cheese and Aegis. Okay, no boots. Why do you need boots when you have a blink dagger and flutter? Movement speed wise, pretty darn good. Jerax, he's spotted. Sight range of these is pathetic. Might have been right on the edge. Okay, this boy still not picked up. 4,500 gold for his kid's trust fund. She has staff on the courier. Wow, 10 damage, 10 attack speed. That's game winning. Even a butterfly is not going to do. Again, he'll do a lot more damage. And yet there's still no true strike mechanics on the Mouz side, I don't believe. But it's still him. The No-Tail has to be comfortable enough actually right-clicking with that item. And I'm not sure if he'll ever get to that stage, because even if you do have a butterfly, who are you going to be butterflying? This Lycan? No. Are you going to get through 9 refraction charges as a Faceless Void? No. I'm not really sure if this item is really going to give OG the salvation they need. He's selling everything, prepping to take these items and get this next butterfly upgrade. Or still... Oh, that was an effective charge clear. You usually don't see that. Oh my god. That's effective as well. Casual 1,000 crits spilling back onto all the creeps. That's pretty good. Right now, for the Mouz side, even though TA does have Aegis and a cheese, lack of buyback is really concerning. OG do push very rapidly with this Nature's Prophet. Faceless Void, not completed the butterfly just yet, but the butterfly still gives you that nice bump in damage versus the towers. Skylark though, again taking to the skies. No-Tail grabs him with the lasso. Ice Blast point blank. The Lycan coming in. No-Tail is gonna get some help with the fissure. Oh, he's still gonna shatter. It's gonna be super close. Chronosphere trying to run, but Madar is right on his tail. And one shot. Oh my god, that did a lot of damage. Okay. Yeah, he's dead. He's super dead with no buyback, mind you. Double damage spotted in the river now. That is gonna cost them a lasso, but it's more importantly gonna cost OG a Chronosphere. Faceless Void, I think, got one fortunate dodge there. But that's about it. Looks like MNT is going to clean up the top lane, while this double damage Thug, plus 376, is going to look to get to work in the Dire base. No Chronosphere to worry about, just that Echo Slam, just that Sonic Wave. Tower in the bottom lane was already weakened from earlier. Thug, I think, can actually just one-shot it. Or two-shot it, that's good too. Now we'll see if OG can do anything about this. S4 is on the bottom lane, cutting off the creep wave. But this creep wave's coming in from mid, so the backdoor protection will not go on. Dara and Thug will make short work of this bottom lane. That's one Rax now down. First Rax of the game, actually, in favor of Mousesports. Looking for another. Madara cast. Gonna split out his wolf to make sure that does not bounce a single time. Now charging in. The Ice Blast will land onto 2, at least will chill 2. Thug will take second Rax. Summons, can they kill off the range? Looks like they'll fall back with everything. And the retreat should be clean here. Although Jerax does really want to jump in right now. There's no one here. Mouz escaped way too quickly. Oh, M&T though. Never mind. M&T almost escaped quickly. He will get caught off on the wrong side of the fissure, yes, but Resolution can deal with this. No doubt even gets a dash on the other side. Losing Spirit Breaker there is not a big deal. I would gladly trade a Spirit Breaker for a Rax and a half. Seems like a good value trade. Aegis consumed, truly reclaimed. TA buyback cooldown 2 minutes. So other heroes should no one has buyback. We got 57 seconds Spirit Breaker, just short 200 some odd gold on a lot of heroes, so they should be able to get buyback together just by you know, waiting a little while. We're getting a pick off should give buyback to pretty much anyone. Smoke right outside, though. Madara right next to his tower with AC and Heart. How much damage does he total when he uses tower? 24 armor. Good freaking luck, man. As much as No Tail would love to do it. He also just gotta watch out just not get, like, crit spilled. It's gonna take, like, half his HP. Obviously, there's no way for Thug to know if that happens, but it'll be hilarious to us. Heal for that, obviously, so it'll be fine. Waiting for Mouz. Build cheeses up. They're racks and a half in the lead. And OG, their intention pretty clear now. S4 is going to present himself by himself on the top lane. Ice Blast will come in, land onto creeps only. Fly is going to push forward. Plants and Observer will be immediately cleared out. It will rat down the range racks with these Treants, just sending some suicide warriors in. Madara's still on the front lines, as confident as he can be. Now the charge is coming in towards Fly. Yeah, that's not really how you want to start that engagement. You really have to rely on Skylark to do it. Even though you may be able to charge in and hit the enemy, you can't bring him back. And then you're up here on the high ground by yourself. That's a bad place to be. OG, yeah, they exercise a little bit of map control. But now that the super creeps are starting to actually spawn down the waves, spawn down the lanes rather, they're going to have to fall back, at least with S4. And S4 does have that Lincoln Sphere. He is, in general, going to be pretty safe versus this initiation style of Mouz. Not going to be completely safe with both a Spirit Breaker and a Bat Rider in his face 24/7. I do feel like it's a matter of time before S4 gets picked off. As great as he is, there's so many good tools on Mousesports. It's not safe to go into these waves and push. Gonna present himself right now. Bat Rider is in the area. Is there anyone level 2 travels? That would be huge here. This level 1 travels. He can't do this by himself. He needs someone to help. He's gonna leave. Side against it. Wolves will scout out. Fly, No Tail. I think they may have even spotted Jerax there. Skylark coming in is going to see all the vision. Going to get the Chronosphere. Big Wrath of Nature as well as the Death Ward. Skylark will fall pretty quickly. It's going to be worth it. They're losing the Fly immediately. Now the two-man charge will kill off the Quap and Jerax at the exact same time. Skylark can immediately buy out as No Tail is going to try to escape along with S4 up the top lane. Madara hot on their heels though. Can't run away from a wolf because he's got a great sense of smell. No Tail in the trees. Will try to TP out. Will survive. But a 1 for 3 is going to be the exchange. Another great trade for Mouz. It's a little bit of a premature buyback, I would say, from Skylark. Could have waited a couple more seconds to gauge the field and see if that was really worth it. But I'm pretty sure that buyback is going to be responded to in kind. Oh, Spirit Breaker. Okay, that's a solution, I guess. Just go invis. If he can keep S4 down here, the rest of the Mouz side can do some serious work up on top lane. No Tail is spotted by the gem, and he is going to get Ice Blasted. No lasso cast just yet, but Madara's going in, man. Madara wants this Faceless Void. It's going to be a long time chasing, but it still will be a kill. He'll disengage away from that fissure. MNT now, he's going a little bit too far, I would say. Run, Spirit Breaker, run. Go invis and just hide and hope that the enemies don't have a gem. They do. It's on Jerax, and they get the kill. They do force out another buyback. Faceless Void, Shaker, and Quap buyback status being destroyed on the OG side. Mouz with these grindy style games performing slightly better than OG's in game 1, and now in game 3 it's looking very much so the same. 4. There is a lasso here. If Bat Rider gets like a Yule Scepter or something, then he could very easily make sure to land that lasso. For right now though, S4 being stalked. Uh-oh. Firefly's there. He is going to get the teleportation attempt out. Damage, not quite enough. Skylark doesn't really... Oh, he had the lasso. The Lincoln Sphere popped. It did pop, right? I wasn't crazy. Well, either way, they still use the shapeshift. No Tail's gonna push forward. Finds Thug with the Chronosphere, but again, so many defensive distraction charges to burn through. It absorbed the Sonic Wave as well. Still will be enough to kill off that Templar Assassin. And they continue this fight though. Chronosphere is already used. Ice Blast point blank onto No Tail. He is going to fall as Thug is gonna blink right into a Sprout. That's not the play. But they're going to still find S4 in the middle of nowhere. 3-shot him. He does have buyback, immediately going to expend it, but the Faceless Void does not. still a decent pickup there for OG. Thug is going to be super important for Mouz, pretty much the centerpiece of their draft. That's going to cost TA an arm and a leg. Dara, what is going on with that tail? Okay, we fixed it. We fixed the arm and a leg. But he's just going to go straight towards top. Mid-racks, is it cleared out? Yes, it is. And now OG Fly, Resolution, Jerax, S4. Teleport straight in with said hero. MNT is going to get on top of Fly, though. Start bashing him down. Nether Strike and right clicks. Fly is going to go Ghost and should be fine for a little while longer. But MNT just driving back a whole bunch of heroes back by himself while Thug takes down the rack, spills over Fly and Jerax with the side blades. Madara is just going off of the cast. Will perma-stun them right outside the fountain. Gotta make sure not to go too aggressively right now. They will jump in, lasso the Queen of Pain. It's not really gonna do all that much. In fact, it may just end up killing off Skylark, because Resolution is gonna make him pay. Doesn't have a buyback, but that's Megas. And everyone else escaped. Thug and Spartan will be on the run. Blink Dagger, TP. TA is gonna try to BKB TP. Spartan does not have that same luxury, so he will go down. He does have a buyback, though. In the meantime, S4. Double catapults. Oh, it's gonna be close. Gotta kill off those siege creeps. Not dead just yet. Mega creeps, though, are active here for the Radiant. But OG, with a couple of heroes in advantage, are going to make an aggressive push in. This is something that Mouz can sack. They don't need this. We don't need that. What you do need is just time or a double damage rune Lycan. I don't know what's going on here. Somebody fix this dog. We need an event. Oh my god. He's gonna start charging in though. It seems like his tail is pointing him which direction the enemies are in. He's gonna charge in and chase everyone else from OG out. He will run into Jerax. The true sight from the Necro units though, lagging a little bit behind. Now No Tail is tasked with the impossible task of defending against all these ancients. He does not have a Maelstrom. He does not have a Mjolnir nor a Battle Fury. He just has a Butterfly. This is just a four faces void who wants to kill off a siege creep and then hopefully not get his ass kicked by the Megas that follow. It's gonna cost Spartan a buyback. It's gonna cost them a courier, but it'll be traded in kind, and they will all be able to respawn naturally. And hey, look at that, just in time for another Roche. Mousesports should have this Roche on lock. Already the Lycan has ditched his boots. Has a Basher to upgrade, has Moon Shards to purchase. He's going to immediately shapeshift after grabbing the Arcane Rune. Is there any downtime here? I don't think there's any downtime here, so... Permanent Lycan shapeshift. Oh yeah, feels good, man. Maybe Aegis to cheese for Thug and Thug. He ditched his boots a long time ago. I mean, he still has them, but... not quite. Ooh, wait. Travels, eats a Moon Shard. Delicious. Dara still be chasing. Find S4. Blink out straight away. Dara is gonna go for the second shapeshift again with no downtime because of Arcane Rune. Now I'll tell you what, guys. You can feel whatever you want to feel about Lycan. When you have permanent shapeshift, he's pretty good. This is a pretty good hero. Above average, I would say. He has to make sure that he doesn't get too far ahead of the scene, though. As insanely powerful as he is in this shapeshift forever form, he does need his allies, Jerax, as well. Gotta be careful, though. It seems like the gem on Mouz has not been reclaimed just yet. Madara just killing a building. Visure's gonna be on the wrong side. They're gonna try to work him down now with the Chronosphere and the Death Ward. He will be taken down. Ice Blast will fly overhead for No Tail. But with that loss, Mousesports have got to back off. Yeah, I think Madara was just feeling himself a little bit too much there. Just a little bit. That's fine, though. They still have the Aegis. Oh, they have two cheeses, actually. Oh, man. That's quite... What? What? Kobold over there. There's a Kobold here. Is that... That's blocking the spawn. Yo, this is some next level creep blocking. This'll just never spawn again. I mean, who cares? It's an easy camp, an hour in with mega creeps, but you know, you're never gonna see that gold again, Mouz. Rip, can't win. It's literally impossible. Lycan goes in a little bit too far. Feels the full force of the OG team fight. OG And this is not winning the game. This is just barely not losing. We're if they're actually taking any damage on these structures, or if they're actually holding something here. They don't have the most AoE. Again, Faceless Void so desperately needs an item that'll give him some way of clearing. S4 does have it with Wrath of Nature. He's doing his best, man. Oh, he's trying. Maelstrom into Mjolnir. Only like it has buyback, though. What a weird hour-long game. Okay, there's another buyback. Here we go. Batrider has his. Garlock, though, still doesn't have a free throwaway spell into that linking sphere, so still getting these pickoffs. Not really going to be super easy, although he does have a target and a haste rune. S4 will back off. Now, waiting for the Lycan to respond. Not a big deal. OG still aren't that far behind in the gold department. Experience is also balanced out as well. It's just the fact that these megas, man, are so backbreaking. Jerax gonna get out of that corner. Wolf is gonna see a couple of them. No way for Batrider to initiate that part in, though. Jump in, no tail. Oh no! Oh, that is not the chrono. Got him! He got him with the chronosphere, guys. Thug's gonna go in and start diving in towards Fly. Fisher's gonna split the fight up a little bit. No tail, though. Ice Blast is still again gonna go towards Fly. Why Witch Doctor? Why? What did he do to deserve this? Ice Blast and Flame Break. Is he gonna shatter? It's gonna be really close. Oh, he lives. He lives. Don't worry, guys. Witch Doctor's okay. But he's gonna have to get back out in the field quickly because Madara in the wolf form once again. One count his towers, and oh no, there goes Fly. 2 shots from Thug, and he is dead. He will immediately buy out. There is still a lasso, though. No Tail essentially initiating for Mouz side as they do get the charge in onto the Queen of Pain. The damage, even through the AC, is more than enough. Queen of Pain immediately is gonna buy out. Fly is forced to just leave that Death Ward behind as Faceless Void is gonna get quite a big heal off of that Time Walk out. Ice Blast, though, that will seal his fate. And he does not have a buyback. Fly again, not in a great spot, which will be worked down by Thug. MNT gonna chow down on some cheese off in the side. Seems kind of weird for a cow to be eating cheese, but you know what? That's okay. Dara's once again gonna go into that wolf form, jumping from Thug onto S4. Needs a couple more right clicks. He's going to take a lot of damage and lose his Aegis, but it's just an Aegis. They don't care about that because all these heroes from OG have no buyback. Jerax and Resolution stuck in their base. Megas are flooding in. I think Mouz have done it. It was long, it was grindy, but it's a win nonetheless because they cannot stop these Megas. There's a fortification, but no one can handle Thug. He is just falling out of control. That has got to be it. GG is called by Fly in Mousesports. Mousesports 2-1 OG here in the PGL Open and push themselves one more phase